3 houses have come to Dune to take control of the land that has become divided. Harkonnen arrived first. The weak Atreides will be easy. The orders are getting close.
Select your next conquest.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Dune 2. Welcome back to the Harkonnen campaign, welcome to the second mission. As usual, Dune has been divided. We've got essentially sort of buffer provinces between the 3 powers. But that's going to change soon. In fact, it's going to change right now. There's a traitor among us. We are questioning everyone, including you. Oh dear, look at his eyes. Answer this question correctly and you will prove your loyalty to House Harkonnen. What is the capacity of this structure? Luckily, the core protection is kind of like circumventing this mod here, so I don't actually have to add that. Some of these questions can actually be really difficult without the manual. For example, one of them asks for the armament of the basic cannon tower, and that's 105mm cannon, and that's not really something you can just guess. There's also one asking for the speed of one of the vehicles, and I don't mean the speed as in like fast, slow. I mean no, it's something like 75 kilometers per hour. So good luck just figuring that out. Correct, you are truly loyal to House Harkonnen, because only someone loyal to House Harkonnen could have that particular piece of information. House Harkonnen has generously granted you a new opportunity to serve us. We will now allow you to take command in a more dangerous area and accumulate 2,700 credits. Also, the worthless Atreides you may encounter in this region should always be eliminated as a matter of principle. The spice quota is your objective. Alright, sounds good to me. So let's get a wind trap. Should probably build a concrete slab for that, but I can't really be bothered, so I'm not going to do it. So, collect more spice. This is the last mission, well, except for the other 2 variant maps for this mission, where we actually have to collect spice as an objective. From now on, we will essentially just have kill everyone as our objective, for better or worse. I don't think do the Atreides have a base in this mission? I think they do have a base, but I'm not going to bother destroying it because it's to us just too much work. At least we do have a rather strong starting force here, because if I remember correctly, the Harkonnen don't even have access to a weaker vehicle than this squad here. Oh really? Oh, here we go. Yeah, so Atreides trike. I don't think we even have access to a trike, and really you couldn't be bothered to go to one of these fields here. Come on. Oh, where the hell did you come from? Anyway, here we go. There's actually a trick which you can use to force this carrier to stay. So what you do is you build a refinery right next to a spice field. I'm not quite sure whether this is close enough, but you build close. Then you have to... Yeah, this is another thing in this game here. Buildings always get damaged over time, whether or not they actually are on concrete or whether that's a construction yard. In any case, let's kill these guys here. And let's actually build a spice silo, not an outpost. So you can build a refinery right next to a spice field, and then have the harvester harvest the minimum amount of spice, and then order it to go back to base. And if the carriers around will get it back to base, but then it will also get it back to the field straight away, and then occasionally stays around. Occasionally it just stays around and does like one job. And then, wow, you're really into that, aren't you? So someone's part of his deep, scary voice. And then occasionally it just stays around for one job, like bring one harvester back, then disappears. But if you get it to do these 2 jobs, it often just stays forever. Essentially an exploit, but it's quite nice because it means that you can have carry-alls in all missions, including missions where you don't even have access to the technology. You can also save money because a high-tech facility costs you power, and you have to build the facility itself, obviously. And you also need 800 credits per carry-all to build them. So just having all these stay, it's not always possible with the map setup, but it's kind of nice to have one if you want this. But it's not really necessary. But it's a neat little exploit. This game has quite a number of exploits or bugs, or at least things that aren't intended, such as buildings always taking some damage over time. But some of these were fixed with the latest patch. I think some were fixed with the unofficial patch, or the unofficial upgrades. I think some of them are still not fixed. Some of them would probably require maybe code changes. And this game is not freeware, and I don't think it ever will be, because even though the first couple of Command & Conquer games are, even though technically the expansions are not, or at least the Aftermath and Counter-Strike expansions are not, but it's not like EA really cares about that. But this game here is a licensed game, so that makes it always a lot more difficult to, you know what, you can actually return. In fact, both of you can return. I think I have enough money now. That always makes it more difficult to get the game to freeware. I don't think whoever, like Frank Herbert's estate probably, or whoever has the rights here, probably doesn't want to do that. And the rights might actually be divided between Westwood / now EA, Frank Herbert's estate, possibly the film company, because it's sort of kind of built on film. I don't even know. Maybe also Virgin Interactive. I have no idea who's involved here. Could be easily more than 2 or 3 parties. So it might just be a mess trying to release this, or even sell it at this point in a way other than selling it as used copies. And looks like I didn't actually have enough credits. How disappointing. That's okay. So, and they are determined to just throw all this infantry at us. Yeah, they just all walk into this meat grinder. I don't think any of these guys has fired a single shot, because their range is so poor. They don't really get into range before they get themselves killed. No, this should actually be enough. So please tell me this is enough. And there we go. Also, one thing I realized, I think you actually get a harvester when you lose your last one, even if you are not the AI. But anyway, there we go.
Your mission is complete.
Thank you. Again, you have pleased me. Wow, gross. You remind me of myself in my youth. Oh. Well, looking at you, Goblin, I hope that's not actually accurate. You may indeed have true Harkonnen blood coursing through your veins. Ooh, maybe I'm even related to House Harkonnen. Which is apparently from Finland originally, according to that name. So, here we go. We harvested quite a lot of credits, and more than our enemy, which is not surprising. And yeah, no way destroyed any buildings, but that's okay. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time. Take care and goodbye.